Wishbone.
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 It's the Wishbone Podcast with Dave and JD.
That is one big pile of shit.
Pants got tighter. So when you happen to deal with shit, listen to some shit.
That is one big pile of shit.
But every single thing would suggest that Hulk Hogan is just a giant piece of shit.
I mean, it was a long article, but there wasn't a lot of meat on it to really pick from to make it that interesting. So,
All right. Well, I've got meat for you. So why don't did I start recording?
yes, you did.
I did. Should we kick it off?
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back to another episode of the Wishbone Podcast. I'm Dave.
I'm JD.
And we are at episode, I think this is 5, man. We are 5 weeks in a row.
We're consistent.
We are very consistent. The nights are a little bit different, but I'm glad we got some time because, gosh, we didn't have league tonight because there was a bye. I don't know what's going on. But we have, I think this might be, I know I probably say this every episode, but this might be the best episode yet. I'm super excited. We've got some great topics to get to. We've got a great Crushmore. There was a bunch of engagement on the Wishbone page around the Crushmore topic. But before we get to that, insert breaking news sound. JD, I understand you have yet another update on the Kansas City story of the 3 Chiefs fans found dead in that dude's backyard.
This is fucked.
Oh, God. Oh, that's a good way to start.
This is just all fucked up. Okay, so the guy's name, Jordan Willis, the one who is accused of all this shit, turns out he is an HIV scientist. He's chemist. He knows his shit. And so before I move on with that, so his friends turned out they died, a mixture of cocaine, THC, and 3 times the lethal amount of fentanyl. Okay.
Good Lord.
So there's that. But turns out this dude, this is all allegedly, okay? So I'm not making it fact, but allegedly he was known as the chemist in high school around his group of friends because he was able to concoct drugs in high school to make them feel better in the labs.
Okay. So
if you just kind of piece up together this whole story that we've been going on since episode 1, you'll happen to see that this ain't good. This dude put himself into rehab for depression.
Okay.
So, but yeah, pretty much right now, cops are still saying, the lawyers and everything claims that, there's no foul play.
Sure.
All right. But if this guy's as smart as everything claims, he has the knowledge to make shit.
Yeah.
Because apparently around his circle of friends, they would just go up to him and be like, well, I feel like this. And he could mix shit up and make them feel better. Like if they were feeling low, he'd make them feel high. If they were feeling too high, he'd make them feel low. If they want to get fucked up a certain way, he could do that.
It sounds like a villain origin story.
Oh, this is gonna be some kind of a show. There's gonna be something about it. I don't know what channel it's gonna be on, but someone's gonna make a movie of this shit, and it's not even remotely close to being done yet. So it's well, I guess tune in next week. There's probably gonna be some more shit that come out.
Listen, tune in next week. And if you haven't heard the story, you need to follow it from episode 1, because as I've mentioned before, JD was like the one who broke this story. I had never seen anything about it. I didn't see anything about it until a week after the first episode dropped. So you're dropping bombshells here, brother.
I'm trying to doing the best that I can.
So stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned with it. That's pretty much all really I got.
Well, I suppose that seems like a good time then to hop into our topics of the week, and you've got 2 for us here this evening.
I just got 2 quick ones.
Okay,
2 quick ones. So Valentine's Day is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
There's a company out there now called Who Gives a Crap, which was founded in 2012, and they are willing to, and it's too new age now, but maybe you could print off like an email or something like that, send some of the text. They are willing to take anybody's love letters from their ex and turn it into toilet paper. I'm not making this up.
I mean, that's such a niche.
Yep.
I mean, it must be popular if they've been around
It's-
since 2012.
It's called the Flush Your Ex campaign.
Okay.
And they're on the promotions website. It says, because nothing says closure like knowing that someone somewhere is putting those sweet nothings exactly where they belong.
Wait. Where does the toilet paper get sent? Does it get sent back to you, or does it just
Yeah. No, it gets sent back to you. So if you send like enough love
Okay.
letters and stuff, you will get that roll or
Okay.
something to you.
Okay.
So I believe so. And the company is accepting love letter donations mailed to its addresses in the United States, Australia, and Britain. Letters are being accepted through February 29th. So if you have old love letters, anything like that you just want to get, I believe they do send it back to you. That's what I believe.
Okay.
But unless it all just gets ground up and it's sold as like, love letter toilet paper or something
like the
like
general
that.
population, like you
Yeah,
could be wiping
yeah.
your ass. Okay.
Yeah, something like
Um,
that. Either way, I love the idea.
I do too. It begs a question though. Are people holding on to love letters and notes from exes? I'll be honest with you. I used to, for a long time, I had like a shoebox full of like, I don't know, notes and mementos from like high school days and shit like that. And I'm sure there were some letters and some notes in there. I've since, of course, gotten rid of that. I'm married, whatever. I don't think you hang on to that stuff anymore, right? Or maybe I'm just
No, you probably don't, especially who writes a letter anymore. So
now.
I'm
It's very strange.
assuming it's just there's gonna be somebody go through like an attic, like, oh shit, somebody can wipe their ass with this now.
Look at this. So, what was the name of the company one more time? Who
It
gives a crap?
is, yeah, who gives a crap?
All right.
So give them a look. And now I'm gonna go overseas here.
Okay. Ooh, spicy.
And the headline is Eiffel Tower sculpture denied world record over choice of matchsticks. Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm
All
intrigued.
right. So, pretty much the gist of the story. This guy's name is Richard Plaud from France. He used 706,900 matchsticks. Took him
Jesus.
eight years to
Oh.
build this 23.6-foot model of the Eiffel Tower, which ended up being like 2 feet taller than the original record.
Okay.
And when he put in to be, judged with it and everything to get his name in there, get into the book, apparently they said no because they were headless matchsticks. So they didn't have the head to strike. So they deemed that not proper. Later on in the article, they're saying they might take a look back at it, maybe talk to the original record holder and see if maybe it's okay. But could you imagine spending 8 years of your life on something just to be told you used the wrong shit?
First of all, no, and I'd be super pissed, dude. I haven't spent 8 years of any. I guess I've been with Heather for 10. That's the longest commitment I've ever made to anything.
I mean,
Okay?
minus Ashley and throwing darts. I haven't
That's
done anything for longer than 10
That
years.
is it. Okay, couple of things. First of all, the guy who set the original record, whose record has been since broken, dude. If I'm that guy, I'm being petty as shit. Like, no,
Oh,
fuck
yeah.
that. That doesn't count.
Mhm.
Doesn't count.
That's cheating. Where's the heads on it?
Yeah. Second of all, how is this a skill? What makes you wake up one morning and you're like, you know what? I'm going to try building stuff with matchsticks and see if I'm any good at it.
It just has to be something where maybe you just built something small and you just felt like you had like a really good gift of like the angles of it and what geometry of it all and how to how people can just take like a deck of cards and build a house like real quick.
Yeah.
And they just know the balance of it all and just know everything. He probably did something small. And it was like, oh, let's see how much bigger I can do this. And Austin went on this quest for 8 years. Would you not think during that time, let's just say after like 5 months, you're doing this, you would maybe get a hold of Guinness to go, I'm not using the heads of the matches. Will this still count? Would you not think to maybe check to make sure that what you're using is okay?
If I know that that's my end goal is I'm going for this record, I'm reaching out to the proper authority to find out like, hey, I'm going to do this. Am I meeting all of the qualifications here?
Yeah, you have to. You have to. How can you spend 8 years of your life making
Years, dude.
23 and a half feet tall to just be told, yeah, you used the wrong shit? I mean, how proud you had to be
Yep.
to know you got that final stick, that final point up there, to then be told, nah, it ain't gonna work for you, buddy.
Way to go, dweeb.
Oh my God.
Wait, this guy has to be just a dork.
It has to be life of the party.
Like never been laid. I'm sorry.
Everyone clears the dance floor when he goes in there.
Like, does this seem a little bit dangerous to you? But let's say he had used matches with the match heads. That's like 20, what'd you say, 20 over 23 feet?
Yeah.
That seems dangerous, right? Like that's a powder keg
Very.
waiting to explode.
Very, very. But I mean, you got to keep in mind, he wasn't making like he made it look like the Eiffel Tower. Like there was enough gapping and stuff in there and shit. But I mean, if that thing lit from the bottom, that whole thing, boom.
Well, where do you even build that? Like, where do you
I
have
know.
space to build
Well,
it?
and all based on what you got, it has to get dried out. It has to be zero moisture, because just the weight alone, if any moisture got on that wood, I mean, there has to be something else with it. But either way, I mean, I'm not saying he got screwed over because he used the wrong stuff, but I'm like, at least if anything, if you're not going to give him that record, give him one without the match heads.
Dude, you're exactly right. You're the Guinness Book of World Records. You can create whatever record you want to. Like, just say it's a fucking record. Like, knock it off.
I mean, you don't have to have the other guy, get dethroned. You can have one where with match heads, without match heads, and there you go. And if there's anybody like waiting in line, like, oh, now all those pesky match heads got in the way. Now I can use this, and then they're gonna try to beat it and go like 26 feet. All right, go at it, bud.
Okay, so follow-up question. Was this record specifically for the fact that it was an Eiffel Tower replica?
Yep.
Oh my, this is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Oh yeah, it wasn't just like tallest building
That
you
is
can make
the
out of matchsticks. It's
dumbest
legit Eiffel Tower.
Yet.
Mhm.
So who decides like what's a record? Like, I don't understand.
I'm assuming if you do something that you think nobody else has done, you can just throw it at Guinness and be like, this is a record now.
Jesus.
Because I mean, you could look through that book and there's some obscure ones. I mean, who knows? There's probably somebody like most hard-boiled eggs eaten while on a pogo stick. Like, who knows?
Oh, if there's not, I'm gonna get you a pogo stick and we're gonna start practicing.
I couldn't do one jump.
No, there's no way, dude.
No.
I would shatter every bone in my legs.
I would break my legs and choke on the egg and I'd be dead. So
what a way to go out, though.
Yep. Oh, how did he die? Well, here's the video.
Was this a recent article that you found? Was this a recent happening? Okay. Because I feel like now this is going to become like the Chiefs story here, where we need an update to see at some point if this guy actually gets the record. I'm invested in this guy's life.
I'll have to keep an eye on it the best that I can. But man, I think the FBI is spying on my phone.
Well, yeah, I mean, listen, because I feel like each week we try to challenge the absurdness of the previous week's topic. Although last week's, yours was a local story, so that's pretty cool, right? Of course, then you found, what did you say, that guy? It just got arrested for his 10th DUI.
Yeah, 10th DUI, well, not DUI, but his OWI.
OWI, yeah.
He pled not guilty, and that dude looked like a treat. I wish there was a way, for the YouTube audience and anybody else, like if there's a way, once I can learn to Zoom stuff again, if I could just pop up a photo of people, that would be great. Because holy moly, this guy!
I'm gonna need to see this.
I don't even know what he was on when he got pulled over, but I don't even think it was alcohol.
Does he look like a guy who would have 10 OWIs?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Okay.
Like it was something like he got. I mean, I read the article a little bit, and I was gonna have a local story, but then I found those other two, and then I was like, yeah, I already did a local one of the, OWI guy, but then all of a sudden something like he had like his 5th one or some shit in like 2001. And then he had like a nice
Oh.
gap of it, and then he like went back to back for like 2018, 2019.
It's like, you know what? It's been a minute. I
Yeah.
need to get back in the game.
It was like 2001 and like 2005 and like 2007, some shit like that. So I have no idea. Really, I mean, after just seeing the dude's face, like his mugshot, I was like, oh, I'm not reading any more of this shit. I gotta get this guy off my phone like fast.
Jesus. Well, this seems, I'm glad the first story that you shared with the toilet paper, it seems pretty fitting, by the way. Listen, there's no doubt about it. Anybody who listened to the previous iteration of our podcast, anyone who's listened to even the first 5 episodes of this podcast, we talk a lot about poop, a lot of bathroom stuff. It's just the nature of the business. And boy, have I got a story for you, JD.
Oh, is it me?
It is not. It is
Oh,
not.
okay.
Not this time. But did you hear about this guy? Okay. Let's see here. Jack A. Blakesley. Okay. He's an attorney in Columbus, Ohio, which, by the way, also where Flavor Fest is going to be June 1st and 2nd. Check out Flavor Fest. Guy Fieri. We talked about that in the previous episode. So Jack Blakesley is an attorney, okay, in Columbus, Ohio. He's been practicing law for over 40 years. I'm going to read you the first couple sentences of this article, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And this, like, I had to legit look to make sure this was a real story because I did not believe this shit. Okay, and this actually comes right from like a government website, a court website. It says the Supreme Court of Ohio today suspended a Noble County criminal defense attorney for 1 year with 6 months stayed for throwing a Pringles potato chip can filled with his feces into the parking lot of the county's Crime Victim Advocacy Center.
I have heard of this son of a bitch.
You see,
I have heard of this dude.
it keeps getting better. All right. Let's say here. The court found that Jack engaged in conduct that adversely reflects on his fitness to practice law. Blakesley claimed he was not targeting anyone with his antics, but had a habit of placing his waste in Pringles cans and randomly throwing them from his car as he traveled down the road. They found convincing evidence that he chose the Haven of Hope parking lot as his drop zone to get a thrill from pranking victim advocates whom he admittedly had known for years and whom he would most likely be seeing in court in 15 minutes.
Okay, so before we move on,
Okay.
how old is this guy if he was practicing law for 40 years?
Well, I'll give you he's a Vietnam vet, so he's got to be late 60s, mid late 60s, 70s.
70s maybe. So
Yeah.
he's definitely up there in age then.
Yes.
Yeah, go on. I have my thoughts on this.
All right. Let's see here. There's a good quote here. Blakesley explained. Okay, he's got an explanation for this, so we'll all understand here. He explained that he threw the cans to blow off steam, and that he got a kick out of imagining the look of surprise on the faces of those who found the Pringles cans. Blakesley did not attempt to establish that he had a mental disorder to mitigate any sanction he might face, and denied his acts were related to his PTSD. He agreed his behavior was not normal and stated, "There has to be something going on that's related to some of the things I went through in early life." So, by the way, if you've been living in Columbus, Ohio, and you have ever happened across a can of Pringles that was filled with Dookie, it's because of this guy.
I'm glad he clarified there was something wrong.
Yes.
I mean, I was really hoping that, like, oof, I really hope this guy can admit that, shitting in a Pringles can and throwing it. Probably not. Okay, you got more on this article?
I mean, there's a bunch more. Like, there's some weird twists here, right? Because when you start reading this thing, so basically, this guy was a defense attorney for some guy who was accused of murdering some kid. Okay, and the family of the kid who was murdered had been working with the advocacy center. So like the parking lot where he threw the can of shit, right?
Oh,
And so
God.
my first thought was, oh, dude, like he's trying to like either intimidate these people or do something. Now it says here, it notes this guy knew the advocacy lady, Carpenter Wilkinson, for nearly 20 years. He had represented this chick's daughter in a legal case back in the day. And they found that this was not an act of hostility or an attempt to intimidate victim advocates. The court wrote that while his past waste flings were intended to invoke surprise by persons unknown to him who would find the cans, this incident demonstrated he escalated a pre-existing pattern of conduct to seek an even greater thrill by pulling a prank on someone he knew. So this guy just got his jollies out of like duking into it. I was, for those of you who watch on YouTube, I'm picturing what this would look like to have to shit into a Pringles can. And now,
See, that's now that's what I'm trying to figure out here. Was he just going flat, like cupping old man butthole with that can and just letting it go? Because who can control that, like knowing what the consistency is going to be?
I mean,
See, is that not a great question?
it's a fantastic question.
I
I'm
mean-
picturing this like 72-year-old man just exploding all over like the floor in his hands, like and getting some of it into this Pringles can.
Or do you think like he has like a separate toilet bowl with no water in it that he just unleashes and he's like scooping it out into the can?
Dude, no, you got it. If you're gonna do it that way, you got to drop that log into some water. You can't just like,
Oh, well, sorry, I'm questioning how shit got into a Pringles can. All right.
okay, listen, we obviously don't know the answer to this, but
See, I need to know. I need to know if he was pressing asshole on a Pringles can and just letting it go. And also, like, what was it just? Did he have so much built up that it filled the goddamn thing?
I need to know.
Like, what was his diet like to actually make it work? Because if all of a sudden that dude had like, well, I'm assuming a 70-something-year-old guy like that wouldn't have like 3 a.m. Taco Bell like I would, and it would just be a disaster. But it's like, dude, what the hell? And also, not for intimidation factor, I will tell you one thing. If anybody's like wanting to like fight me or whatever, I'm not saying I can fight for shit. But if they're like, hey, I'm gonna kick the shit out of you, it's like, okay, that's intimidating, whatever. If somebody launches a thing of Pringles filled with shit on my yard, that's gonna scare the fuck out of me way more than somebody threatening to beat my ass with something.
100%, dude. Because
It's like,
whoever's throwing that Pringle can full of shit is not mentally well.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I got this baseball bat or this Pringles of shit. Hit me with the bat, dude. I mean, I don't even want to explain why that's there or how, like, imagine you have to make that call to the cops. Imagine the poor cop that shows up.
Oh,
Like, dude,
yeah,
bro,
dude.
this is not salt and vinegar. I can guarantee it.
Well, that was kind of like my next question is like, was it always the same flavor of Pringles can? Like, did he have a type? Like, there's so much information that's
was there,
missing here.
did he match the Duke with the flavor?
So
That's
like, ooh, this is a sour cream and onion shit.
Can I be there for just cross questioning? I have 3 questions I need to know.
Listen, when we travel down to Columbus, Ohio for Flavortown Fest, we are going to find you. Surprise, surprise, by the way, his law office has shut down. He's not practicing law.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dumb.
Yeah.
Now I kind of feel like we should make in light of this guy, we should make like poutine, but put it in those small Pringles cans. Serve it for like a football game sometime.
Dude, I am 100% in. I am 100% in.
Oh my God, that'd be so gross. Just knowing like why we made it.
I'm not going to tell anybody else. They're going to have to listen to the podcast to get why we're putting poutine in Pringles clan. Yeah, I could see this, by the way. You know, it would have been believable if he would have said like, well, you know what? I was shitting in Pringles cans and throwing them around the city so that I could drum up some business for my law business. Because I can see the commercial now, like, Have you or a loved one found a Pringles can filled with dookie? Call the law
Oh, yeah, dude.
offices of Jake Blakesley.
Like, I still don't know who the hell has mesothelioma. I mean, you might as well just, or whatever that lake with the military that was there, that lake,
Camp Lejeune.
Camp Lejeune, yeah, with their toxic lake or something. Like, I see those commercials. I want to see that one.
I want to see this one.
Did your kid think that he struck gold with a nice sour cream and onion can of Pringles? Open it up only to see sweet, sweet feces? Call my law firm.
Papa, there's chocolate in the Pringles can.
Holy shit.
Oh,
And you know it's gotta almost be like one of those reenactments, those like really shitty like infomercial where it's like the person can't, for some reason use a pasta strainer and they're like their house on fire for some reason. Like one of those goofy kind of
dude,
videos.
We have to make this for TikTok. I feel like we have to recreate this video.
No.
I'm gonna drive by you like, fuck you, and just launch a fucking Pringles can out of my car window.
Oh, just be like, what is this? What a nice man. Then open it up and my face becomes that dude that opened up the Ark of the Covenant.
I could probably make that happen on the video editing software.
We can
It's
make something
Dookie.
happen. Oh God. I mean, doing it to the advocacy place, like if he was mad about something, like I'm not even gonna say I can understand it, but you can at least pinpoint like if he had anger, which apparently he doesn't. But the whole thing, he's like, I just like to prank people with my shit. Like, really?
I like to imagine. I get a
Yeah.
thrill out of thinking about what their faces look like when
The
they
only
find it.
thing that would make this story even better is that if he was like in like a ghillie suit in like the woods with like binoculars watching people come across these cans. Yeah, right?
I mean, you can't tell me he hadn't thought about that, right? Maybe not the ghillie suit, but like he wanted to watch people pick up that like he's in the park on a Saturday, like
At least once.
hiding somewhere, like, oh, someone's gonna find my can of poop.
And the thing is, being like an older man like that, he could just go like little stroll in the park or whatever, near whatever, and just get like the reaction. As long as he doesn't like react to it, being like, oh, what is that?
He's walking around like, old man, why do you have shit on your pants and your fingers? I don't know, but who put this poop in this Pringles can?
I kind of wish that he only got caught because he kept stuffing his business card in the shit while he was throwing the cans.
Attorney at law.
Yeah, Blakesley. Like, God damn, dude, that is rugged. What a way to go. And if there is something, well, he claims there is nothing mentally with him, right?
He does. I mean, he claimed he had PTSD from Vietnam, which I'm not going to make fun of that, whatever. But he said this is not because of that. Like, I just like to think about people picking up my Dookie Pringles.
Sir, there's a time in life it's okay to lie.
Yeah.
I think that would have been one of them.
Yeah. Yep.
You could have used everything in your power. I mean, you're an attorney, for God's sakes. You could have easily lied about it and been like, something happened.
Not a single person is disbelieving that. If he would have lied and said, like, I've got problems from the war, everybody let's take it easy on the guy.
Yeah, let's take it easy on the guy, whatever. Of course, he probably shouldn't be, practicing law anymore or doing anything like that. But let's not throw the book at him too much. But he was like he narked on himself, like, I'm fine.
I'm okay. I just think it's funny when people see my poop in a Pringles can.
Was there any idea how many were thrown? Was there like a number?
He said at least 10 other times he's done this.
So 11 times total?
10 or 11. Yeah.
Oh,
he said he had okay, here. He admitted throwing Pringles cans filled with his waste from his vehicle on at least 10 occasions in a variety of locations.
How is that not something you don't have a distinct number for?
Maybe Maybe that's
No,
where the line was coming in. Like,
maybe that's where the line's coming in. Maybe I have no idea. But if I was doing that, I would have a perfect exact tally of
yeah,
how many times I did that.
like how many times did I shit in a Pringles can? 17.
It's like, oh no, we found this one on Oak Street. Wait a minute. Oh yeah. It's like you're not forgetting that shit. Literally.
I'm just wondering, like, because he says he has done this at least 10 times. It does not say like the length of time, so it could be over any number of years, but like,
Well, it definitely couldn't have been somewhere he was doing like every week. There's no way. He would have been
No.
caught well before that.
but I'm wondering if there's like a cold case file somewhere at the police station, like, we still haven't found the serial Pringles can pooper.
Yeah, there's some dude right now with like a glass of scotch, lighting a cigar, like finally.
I finally caught my man.
Yep. It's like
Good
the only
grief.
case he's had.
For what it's worth, I did find this guy's website for his law firm. Very good Google reviews, by the way. Very highly rated law firm. So, look, he's a good lawyer. Just likes to shit in Pringles cans and throw them around the city, I guess.
I wonder if he has like a Wikipedia that we can change some information on.
I was hoping we can we retain him as like the Wishbone
Attorney?
legal counsel? Yeah.
Ooh, that would be great.
Right.
Stay posted because I have some questions about the Chiefs fans I want to ask them.
Yeah, right. Oh God. I'm gonna see if this guy's a phone number I can hunt down. Like, hey, we got some legal questions for you. And maybe some questions about the Pringles shit.
Yeah. Listen, if we ask you 10 legit legal questions, which I can muster up 10, can we ask you 2 about the number 2s you were doing?
That seems like a fair trade.
Yeah.
So
and you want compensation? No, not happening.
No, not doing
We're not
that.
making any money off this shit. Leave me alone.
This is your redemption tour, sir. We're trying to help rebuild your good name.
Yep. You start off on a small podcast and we'll get you to bigger ones.
So Jack Blakesley, we salute you, sir. Sometimes pranking goes too far, but we love you for it.
I don't know if I can ever try to prank anybody again.
I'm never going to look at Pringles the same way when I'm walking down the store aisle. I'll tell you that.
Nope. I'm going to see somebody at work eating, like sticking their hand in there. I'm going to go, no. Oh, wait, no. It's chips.
Just chips. Not poopy.
Gotcha.
All right. Well, speaking of people, should we hop into our Crushmore this week?
Might as well. I've been having a hard time with mine, so.
Well, I know you said probably going to tone down the version for the Freed podcast, and then when we do the Patreon, that's when we'll really come unglued. And so I'm in the same boat because religious and political topics were off the table for this stuff. But what we're going to be doing,
I'm keeping my shit behind the paywall when I happen to say what I want to say.
Yeah. So this go around of the Crushmore, we are doing the top 4 types of people, kinds of people who annoy you. And before we hop in our list, and I know you said Ash has got a list, so that's super exciting.
Yeah, she does.
I did want to just give some shout outs to some folks that went on the Wishbone page. I posted this question earlier today. John, who's out there, I know he listens to every single episode. We appreciate you, John. You share our stuff on Facebook. We love you for that. People who don't take pauses in conversation so that you can get a word in that just dominate the conversation. One-uppers, people with entitlement issues, and people who only have single viewpoints on things. So I can appreciate those. I got kind of roughed up here. Kurt said guys with the first name Dave.
No, I can see that.
And he got a lot of reactions to that. So thanks, Kurt.
Good.
Austin says, is Mike Guthrie a type of person?
He definitely is the type of person.
Definitely is the type of person. Run him in a Heartbreaker's bathroom. You'll find out. Rick says vegans and everyone else. So yeah, spot on, Rick. Everyone.
That's pretty. That's good.
Crystal's got a good list here. Bicyclists that think they own the entire road. That is a fantastic one.
That's a great one.
People that always remind you of dumb shit you did way back when. Crystal, from now on, if anybody reminds you of something you did way back when, just tell them about the guy who poops in Pringles cans and throws it around the city. Nothing will look bad compared to that. Overly drunk people, which has to be extra difficult for Crystal since she's sober.
Yeah, that has to be rough.
And she runs those dart tournaments. I can't imagine.
Mm-hmm.
the level of shit she puts up with. And then she also put, like Rick, she put people in general.
Yeah, makes
Um,
sense.
Jesse posted under her comment here, he felt personally attacked. I know Jesse rides his bike around town, so he felt attacked
Yeah.
on that one. Matt said anyone named Austin. He was giving Austin a kind of a stab there. And then Cody said people who make podcasts and Pete, our friend Pete. So
Oh, makes sense.
we appreciate all the feedback, the comments on there, the engagement. Keep doing it. I'm going to try to get more stuff out on the page to do that stuff. But JD, I know you've got a list burning a hole in your pocket. Do we want to share Ash's first, maybe?
Yeah, let's get hers first.
Okay.
So this one I believe is just aimed at us because we like to do it a lot. But it's people that repeat the same stories over and over. We do that when we drink. So
There have been so many times when either you and I have been on Zoom together, or even like we'll be at darts or something, and she'll be like, I'll hear her shout from the bedroom, Jesus Christ, Josh, you told him that last night.
sorry. I'm sorry.
I get it.
And because of her travels to work, people that speed past you only to cut in front of you so they can take the exit.
Yep.
So it's like you couldn't wait just that one car length, really? You just had to zoom by like that, like an asshole?
Special place in hell for those people. Absolutely.
She said people that talk on speakerphone in the store.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Annoying. Like it's just a very like, hey, everybody, look at me.
You know, the best thing to do, because that speaker can pick up stuff, is just say like vulgar shit by them when they're doing that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That is a
Be like-
really good idea.
Be like, oh my God, where is the ass cream? Oh God.
Oh, my
Oh,
herpes are flaring up. Oh, it's bad.
It's burning a hole in my back pocket. Anyway, and then this is another one. This is her last one. People that wait outside of an establishment to open, not counting Black Friday.
Oh, God. I hate those people. And you know what else? And this is guaranteed. Everybody who does that always pulls on the fucking door. Always pulls on the door to see if it's locked. And they'll see other people standing outside and they'll still walk right up and pull on that door.
Yep.
Oh my God. That's a good list, Ash. That is very good.
That's a phenomenal list. I like that one. I always have to have her text it to me because if she tells me, I'll forget the first one.
No, that's absolutely accurate. All right. Do you want me to share or do you want to share your list?
I might as well go.
All right, rip into it.
My number one are the people at the store who, when something isn't scanned, they have to go, well, it must be free. Fuck you.
Yeah.
And your entire family. Why did they keep you around? This is why you're alone on Christmas. Because of people like you. All right, leave me alone.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's like, my God. The people who insist on waiting way too long at a four-way stop.
Oh, yeah.
When, especially if you are going to take a right and they are to your right and they're just sitting there waiting like for you to go and they were there first.
Yeah.
Like just go.
Yeah.
What are you doing? That bugs me beyond belief.
It is insane to me the number of people in this world who just can't function at a four-way stop. Just can't function.
They can't function at roundabouts either.
Yep, same thing. Like you have to seize the gap. Just go. It's going to be okay. You don't have to come to a full stop here. Like
the only rule of a roundabout is you yield to the car that's coming to your left. That's it.
That's it.
That's the only rule of a roundabout.
Don't worry about what that guy's doing over there to your right. He's going that way.
Yeah, it's fine. You guys can make it. I mean, this is going back to going to stores again. People that still write checks at the stores.
Yeah.
No, don't have to. Just stop. Please just stop.
As someone who works in the banking industry, the level of resistance of a certain, demographic of getting a debit card is just astounding to me. Like you want to talk about like, oh, well, I don't trust debit cards and I like to keep my stuff safe. Like, sir, I've got news for you. all of your information is on that check that you just handed to somebody.
Yeah.
Your account number's on there, your
Yep.
name, your address, everything is on there.
Yep. Everybody who is so hell-bent on that, well, I just don't trust the online stuff. It's like, it's already on there.
Yeah.
It's literally already on there. You just have not logged in to do it.
Yeah.
You haven't made an account to do it. It's sitting right there. All your
Yeah.
information is right there. And the whole, like, I just try to keep myself as private as possible. Well, you're never going to do that. Never.
No.
Do you
Nope.
have a mailing address? You're not private.
Yeah.
All right. That's it.
Oh,
And then it has to be, this is as far as I'm going to go with it, just people who can't contain their kids at stores.
oh, sure. Yeah.
It's like you'll go to like a Walmart, which I mean, that's a bad example because they're all fucking trash there. But you go to like around Christmas time, you'll see like mom with like 17 kids or some shit, and they're all going through the toy aisle, dumping everything down. And it's like, can you not teach them some kind of discipline? It doesn't belong to them. Put it back, at least put it back up on the shelf. I used to work retail like that. I used to have to face and zone aisles and all that shit. But when it came to Christmas time, people would always let their kids just run around. They'd take the one doll and all of a sudden it's like stuck in the yogurt somewhere because, oh, they just wanted to carry it throughout the store. I'm not going to buy it for them, but I'll let them carry it throughout the store so then I find it stuffed somewhere.
Yeah.
So then it screws up inventory and all. It's like, just keep tabs, just a little bit of tab on what your child might be doing. And just even like going to Costco the other day, dude, it was just horrible just seeing like, I'm trying to walk and all of a sudden kid just zips in front of me. It's like, oh, just don't do that. It's like, I'm tripping the fucker next time.
Yeah. Dude, like we were just at Costco last weekend, I think on Sunday, and same thing. 2 kids, just, I mean, not even paying attention.
Yeah.
Oh, I almost trucked right over him. Like,
Yeah.
what is happening? Where are your parents? What's happening here?
And I do have one honorable mention.
Okay.
Are the people who will try to crosswalks, but their face is still on their goddamn cell phone.
Dude, I was gonna put something like that on one of mine. It's like people who cross the road super slowly in the crosswalk.
Yep. It's that and mixed with the same. I'm gonna put them in the same category. The ones that decide to wear both earbuds when they're like out jogging and shit and they can't hear nothing, and they damn near like run into you.
Yeah.
And they're just not paying attention. It's like, come on, man. That's how you hear that like random jogger gets smucked by car because he wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. Like, sir, I do not feel bad for you.
No. Nope, I do not.
Now, that is a good list. All people who I agree with you, all people who I find terribly, terribly annoying. And I think you'll agree with my list here. So I'll hop in. I've got one that deals with parents and kids. Mine's a little bit different. People on social media with multiple kids that constantly bitch about how miserable they are and how dirty their house is and how tired they are. Motherfucker, I've got news for you. You knew what you were getting into.
Mm-hmm.
You had the first kid and you were like, you know what? I'm going to make a conscious decision to do this. And don't tell me, well, no, you didn't, because an abortion is still legal in some places. Okay. So yes, you did. I don't care if it was an oopsie baby. You chose to have that kid. Okay.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
And it's like, just, I have no empathy, sympathy, anything for you.
No.
I hope you're tired and miserable.
Like, oh, I didn't get any sleep last night. Why not? Well, my 3 kids kept me up. Okay. But I'm the asshole. But then I'm the asshole if I stay up drinking and I feel like crap the next day at work. Because, oh, well, you chose to do that. You chose to do that.
Yeah. At least I was having fun. How about that?
Yeah, you were having fun for 30 seconds until Chaz went and left.
30 seconds. Quit bragging. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know. World record. Eat that matchstick.
Somebody call Guinness.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. The second one. People who insist upon being negative about like can find something negative about absolutely everything. Now listen, I get that you are not that guy, okay? Because you actually you have fun and you enjoy yourself. Okay, not that you don't find things to like make fun of and to pick apart, but there's people you've worked with, you know what I mean? Like these people that are complete, just they suck the life out of you because it's just, oh, everything about my life is the worst. And everything that happens to me is just the worst. Like, you don't think that maybe you kind of have something to do with that? I don't think the universe is trying to tell you anything, bud. I think it's your own choices.
Well, you got like the constant Eeyore effect. It's like, well, I suppose.
Yes. Like, oh, we're at a birthday party. We're all having fun, and you're moping in the corner because life is unfair. All right.
Oh,
Okay.
I wish they would have given me a cake for my birthday.
God, for God's sake. So that's my number two. Number three, this is like such like terrible. I can barely read this here. People who, oh gosh. So when you're at the store and you're trying to find a parking space and you've got people walking with a cart back to their car in the middle of the driving lane,
Yep.
super slow, not paying attention, like, hey, don't mind me. There's just a fucking car back here trying to drive through. Oh my Lord. Just Costco the other day.
Mm-hmm.
6 different people. Like, what are you doing? Ah, like
Well, they have that hype that they probably feel so entitled because I bought a membership. I can walk wherever I want to.
oh, look at me. I brought a freaking department store size box of pizza rolls. Holy shit. Like,
God
okay,
damn it,
guy.
they had those there?
Dude, yeah.
Shit.
So good. So no, those people do not belong in civilized society as far as I'm concerned. And then the final one I've got here,
Before you get there, wouldn't you also add the ones that like to leave their carts in parking spots too?
100%, dude. If you can't be bothered to walk your cart back to the cart corral, you don't deserve to be able to shop at the store. You should get
Eat
banned from the
that.
store.
You should get banned from the store and be forced to eat that dude's shitty Pringles.
Jack, where are you? We need some of them Pringles. We need some of them
Yes.
shit Pringles.
Yep. I'll buy them.
The final one I've got is, those people who stop right at the entrance of a store to chat with people.
I knew that was going to be yours. That's why I wasn't on mine.
Oh my God. Every time at Menards, you go in there and you got to grab a cart. People stop right in front of all the fucking carts there. And they're just talking to each other. Oh,
Yep.
I'm going to dig through my purse and I'm going to chat. Like,
Yep.
what are you doing? You're at the mall. You're trying to like, why are you stopping right here to talk?
Carol, oh my God, it's been ages. Has the rash finally cleared up? Oh, I just want pickles.
Like, please, for the love of God, can you go outside and check out that can of Pringles I left out there?
Oh, I just want to get down. It's like, oh, geez, it's been ages. I just want to sit and talk right in the middle of the aisle. And also, not only do they do that, they talk extremely loud
Yes.
too.
Yeah. Like everybody is a part of their conversation.
Yep.
You're welcome.
You have to hear how happy I am right now,
Yeah.
talking to my friend at the beginning of an aisle. There's always places you can move that conversation to.
Well, I'm going to tell you too, and I don't like, I want your opinion on this, but anytime I run into somebody at the store, like I saw you at the store not that long ago. I've run into Lawrence at the store. I don't stop to talk to people. Like, no, I'm not here to have friend time. I'm here to shop and I'll go home and we'll text each other or message each other. Like I'm not messing with that shit.
No, I don't need to just stand there and talk.
No. Although you
Like
did, obviously you walked by me and said something under your breath at the store that I'm pretty sure the stock boy heard. We can't repeat that on this podcast, but
well, listen, I mean, it had to be said. I was on a mission.
so you were like, you know what? Where did that fucker go?
Yeah.
I got something to say.
Yeah, I got it. And I found you.
You did. And boy, you made it count. You made that 2-second flyby count.
Oh my God. Do we have to mention that for some reason, ungodly, that I actually opened up a TikTok account?
Oh, yeah, we should. I didn't even get our plug-in, by the way.
Yeah.
So check it out. Once you start posting on there, send me the link. I'll put it on our I'll add it to our link tree. Linktree.com/wishbone media. Subscribe. That's for the YouTube, podcast, TikToks, Instagrams, Facebooks, Twitters. The store is there. That's where everything is. And so, yes, we will get JD his start of the TikTok. He's going to be doing, what are you going to be doing? Like breaking news type stuff, right?
I'm just gonna be doing just like
Stories.
it's all content for Wishbone.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be my own personal one. So if something comes up like, something minor that probably wouldn't be podcast worthy,
Yeah.
something pops up like, oh, like the guy like the 10th OWI or whatever like
Yeah.
that. It's like, maybe I can just pop on there quick, do like a quick minute thing. I've never used TikTok before. I've never made a video on there before. I don't know how to do anything on it, so I'm gonna have to learn.
Going to have to hang out
And
this weekend.
because pretty much what I want to do is be able to at least put like the article behind my head when I'm talking,
Yes.
and then people can kind of see it. At least put that dude's face back there.
Oh yeah, dude, I need to see this. You need to make that your first TikTok video, I feel like.
And just do like a quick, here's what happened. This is the years, whatever. Just something like that. Is it going to be funny? Most of my hope are going to be funny, but I'm doing my best to try to find like, whether it be local articles, mostly they're going to be local, but just
Yeah.
more like unique stuff. Cause I'm not going to cover, murders, anything like that, anything that's deep that could really affect, minus of course the Kansas City people, because I have no idea what's going on there.
Hopefully
But I'm just
some,
going to be on there, just goofing around. Hopefully get some, if anybody has like a news article or anything they want to send me or Dave, something small, be like, hey, you guys should probably check this out. This is kind of unique. You guys might want to talk about this. I'm open to it.
I
Like
would
if it's
also I would also encourage people, if you want to give us some content, start shitting in Pringles cans and leaving them around Eau Claire.
I don't think we should encourage that.
Damn it. Can
It's a
we be
good
held
way to
liable
get
for that?
it's a good, oh, we would be because we told them to.
Okay, don't
No.
shit in Pringles cans and leave them
Yeah,
around Eau Claire.
yes, just don't. Just don't do it.
But you know what you should do is you should subscribe to our link tree. You should subscribe to the TikToks. You should check it out. Engage with our stuff, share, subscribe, like, download. Anything you can do to engage, we super appreciate it. And I think JD, that's probably just about all the time we got for this one.
And that's all the time we got. Hopefully next time we can do better. Every time I hope we can do better.
All right. Well, we will tune in next time to find out if we do better.
Doo-doo.
See you next time.
All right. Bye.